LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
Okay, so get this. Caitlyn Clark just scored a huge LPGA deal. And trust me, A'ja Wilson is not keeping quiet about it. The news basically blew up the WNBA world, and now social media is in full meltdown. It's like one athlete's big win became another's major headache, and this whole thing proves it. So what do you think? Was A'ja's reaction real frustration, or was it just pure jealousy? Alright, let's dive into all this chaos because everyone in sports is talking about it. Caitlyn Clark, you know her, the face of women's basketball, a total ratings magnet, and the queen of endorsements. She just signed a sponsorship deal with the LPGA Tour. Yeah, you heard that right. A full contract, not just some quick photo op. So word on the street is this deal is worth millions. We're talking cross-promotion events, big brand features, and marketing rights that go all the way through the 2026 season. Basically, it links her image to women's golf, like a symbol of female power and athletic excellence. But here's what's crazy. As soon as that press release dropped, the internet just exploded. Most fans were totally supportive, like good for her, she earned it. But then some familiar faces in the WNBA weren't so thrilled. That's where A'ja Wilson comes in. Now she's too media savvy to actually name Clark, but she didn't even need to. She sent out one tweet and boom, every sports blog had a headline instantly. Her tweet, it said, "So you telling me you can miss shots and still get golf money now?" That's all it took. Seconds later, replies were full of fans basically saying, just say Caitlyn Clark already, because let's be real, who else could she have been talking about? Caitlyn Clark's name has honestly become like a trigger for half the league. Every single move she makes, every deal she signs, every photo she posts, someone somewhere just loses it. And this LPGA deal, that totally took things to a whole new level. Listen, let's just be super clear here. Caitlyn Clark has made more money in 2 years than what most WNBA players make in their entire careers. That's just a fact, no criticism involved. She's become this marketing goldmine the league totally needed. But the downside is, all that success keeps making other huge stars look like extras in their own movie. Think about A'ja Wilson. 2 MVP titles, multiple championships, a resume most players would literally kill for. Yet, when it comes to sponsorships, she's barely even in the same conversation. And that, my friend, is the real reason this story exploded. It's not just about Clark's golf deal. It's about a league that's been absolutely split down the middle. You've got the old guard facing off against this new star power. Clark, she's the media's shiny new toy, fresh, super marketable, and sponsors absolutely love her. Wilson, she represents the grind, the player who completely dominated long before the cameras even showed up. So when that LPGA deal dropped, A'ja's tweet wasn't just some subtle shade, it was a total battle cry. And honestly, you can't really blame her for being salty about it. The timing was rough, right? She just wrapped up a historic season and she barely got a fraction of the attention Clark gets just by breathing. It's like A'ja wins a title and the media just goes, cool, now back to Caitlyn's Instagram story. That really stings. But it's also the harsh reality of modern sport. It's not always about how well you play. It's about how many eyeballs you bring with you. And Caitlyn Clark brings eyeballs like nobody else.
In a previous video, how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlyn? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
The LPGA saw it. All the big sponsors see it. Literally every brand with a marketing budget out there sees it. They want someone who can sell tickets, move merchandise, and just keep the internet buzzing. A'ja Wilson, for all her incredible talent, has just never been that kind of person. She's definitely respected, sure, but she's not a constant headline magnet. Caitlyn Clark, she's a story machine, and honestly, that drives some of these veterans absolutely insane. Now let's talk numbers for a second. The rumor that's been floating around is that this LPGA deal is worth somewhere around $6 to $8 million, spread out over 2 years. And it's not just a flat payment, it includes brand events, a few cross promotions, and even a shared media project with big names like Titleist and Nike Golf.
Caitlyn Clark's so good, she's got me following golf. And thanks to her, I now know who Nelly Korda is. And if there's one thing we can count on with Clark, it's that she's gonna draw a crowd.
So Clark just became this amazing bridge between basketball and golf, a real dual sport marketing machine, taking the crowd from the court to the course. And honestly, you can almost hear A'ja's teeth grinding all the way from Las Vegas, because this isn't the first time Clark has totally overshadowed her. Remember last season's WNBA Finals press coverage? The Aces won the championship again. But guess who was the top trending topic on social media that very same day? Yep, Clark. That kind of stuff, it just turns respect into pure resentment. What's more, some Clark fans keep fueling the fire. They don't just celebrate her, they use her success to tear down other players. Comments like she's the real face of the league, or she's doing more for the WNBA than anyone else. Now those comments might even be statistically true, but they're also just pouring gasoline on an already burning ego battle. So when A'ja saw that LPGA announcement, she snapped, not enough to get fined, but just enough to send a clear message. Her message: I'm tired of being the MVP who gets treated like a background character. But here's the funny part. Caitlyn Clark has never clapped back, not once. She doesn't tweet about it, she doesn't shade anyone, she barely even acknowledges the drama. That's a huge part of why brands absolutely love her. She's like a PR dream, clean, totally focused, and non-controversial. Meanwhile, others get caught in Twitter fights and end up turning off sponsors. Caitlyn just keeps signing deals and stays quiet. And that quiet, it actually hurts more than any trash talk ever could. A'ja can win another ring, but Caitlyn will still make more headlines for hitting a golf ball on Instagram. That's the power difference in marketing. It's not fair, but it's absolutely real. On top of that, even fans from outside basketball are jumping into this debate. Golf fans are cheering for the collab, saying Clark's personality might finally make the LPGA mainstream. Meanwhile, some old school WNBA supporters are rolling their eyes, saying she's everywhere but the playoffs. The split is definitely growing, and the league can feel it. Now here's where things get even more interesting. That LPGA deal wasn't just some random thing. This was a super carefully planned move, months in the making. Word is, Nike even helped broker part of the partnerships. They wanted to build an athlete crossover image, and Caitlyn Clark was the perfect face for it. Why? Because she already represents something bigger than just basketball. She represents pure buzz. Every league that partners with her suddenly sees more views, more clicks, and more merchandise sales. So from a business angle, it's genius. But from the WNBA side, it's chaos. A'ja Wilson's frustration really represents what a lot of players are quietly thinking, that Caitlyn's global fame isn't being shared evenly across the league. It's like the Caitlyn Clark effect lifted the WNBA, but only for some. Everyone else is still waiting for that tide to reach them. And now that she's stretching her influence beyond basketball, some players feel completely left behind. They're out here fighting for bonuses and basic marketing deals, while Caitlyn is signing multi-million-dollar contracts outside her own sport. That's the kind of thing that creates real tension in locker rooms, in interviews, even at league meetings. Players start feeling like props in the Caitlyn show, and fans definitely notice that energy. Look, A'ja's tweet absolutely blew up even further. Within an hour, she started trending, and not in a good way. Fans were calling her bitter, jealous, and insecure. Some even started comparing her to the people who complained when Tiger Woods first broke golf records, saying, "Here we go again, another star mad at someone else's success." That comparison really hurt. A'ja tried to walk it back later, saying her tweet was taken out of context and she was just joking around. But at that point, the internet had already decided what she meant, and you know how social media works. Once people pick a side, the debate just becomes a total circuit. Half the comments were defending Caitlyn like she's a national treasure. The other half were reminding everyone that Wilson's still one of the best to ever do it. But here's the truth. Both things can actually be true. Caitlyn Clark can be the most marketable athlete right now, and A'ja Wilson can still feel totally underappreciated. The real problem is the way the league handles that balance. Or let's be honest, doesn't handle it. The WNBA keeps talking about growth, but their own stars keep feuding instead of celebrating each other. In the league, it lets it happen because controversy equals clicks. If the WNBA actually had a strong PR department, they'd have immediately turned this into a marketing way. Like, look at two amazing athletes dominating their sports. Instead, they let it become another Caitlyn versus A'ja war on social media, and you can bet the sponsors noticed. Brands want happy, united faces, not messy headlines. But they also know that every time Caitlyn Clark's name trends, their products sell out. So guess who wins? Yep, Caitlyn again. Now here's a wild twist. People close to the LPGA are saying this deal could be the start of something much bigger. They want to launch a joint exhibition event where WNBA and LPGA stars team up for charity. It's supposed to showcase cross-sport sisterhood, but knowing how things go, that could either be the most inspiring event ever or a total tension-filled disaster. Can you even imagine Caitlyn Clark teeing off next to Nelly Korda while A'ja Wilson tries to smile through the press photos? Yeah, that's meme material for the year. Honestly, this isn't even new. We've seen this kind of jealousy before in every sport. When LeBron became the face of the NBA, older stars weren't thrilled either. When Serena Williams started dominating tennis endorsements, other players rolled their eyes. It's the same cycle. Success brings money, money brings visibility, and visibility brings envy. A'ja is just the latest athlete caught in that emotional crossfire. And here's the sad part, she doesn't even realize how much she's proving Caitlyn's value every time she reacts. The more you talk about her, the bigger she gets. It's like the Streisand effect for sports fame. Complain about someone enough, and they become even more relevant. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark hasn't said a single word. No interviews, no clapbacks, just business as usual. She's probably somewhere laughing with her agent, signing her next contract while the internet keeps fighting for her. And honestly, that might be the smartest move of all. Because while everyone's arguing about who deserves what, she's stacking checks from multiple industries. Basketball, golf, fashion, tech. Next thing you know, she'll be doing a Netflix docu-series or a Nike film. Caitlyn Clark isn't just playing the game, she's rewriting how it's marketed. And A'ja Wilson, she's still trying to figure out why her two MVPs don't get the same return. It's not because A'ja's not talented, she's incredible. It's because Caitlyn has what every business wants, visibility. She's the person you can build a brand around. Her fan base is loyal, loud, and always online. That's pure gold in 2025. So while A'ja vents on Twitter, Caitlyn's building an empire one endorsement at a time. But here's the real question. How long can this tension last before it spills into something big? Because it's not just about A'ja and Caitlyn anymore. This whole dynamic could actually split the league. You've got the old school players who think Clark gets everything too easy. Then you've got the new wave of fans who think the league owes its revival to her alone. And somewhere in the middle sits the WNBA front office, pretending everything's fine while secretly hoping both sides keep talking. Because at least people are paying attention. It's messy. It's dramatic, and it's exactly what keeps the headlines rolling. But if the WNBA doesn't figure out how to manage this, they'll end up destroying the unity they've spent years trying to build. Because whether you love or hate Caitlyn Clark, you can't deny she's made the league bigger than ever. The challenge now is making sure everyone benefits from that, not just her. As for A'ja Wilson, she's really got two options. Keep firing off tweets that make her look bitter, or pivot and capitalize on the attention. Because right now, her name's trending because of Clark, and that's not how an MVP should live in the headlines. If she's smart, she'll turn it into a power move. Sign her own major deal, launch a podcast, start a brand, something. Show that she's more than just the player who got mad online, because fans love authenticity, but they hate pettiness. And right now, that's the fine line she's walking. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark just keeps on winning, both on and off the court. The LPGA deal is just another piece in her growing empire. And love her or hate her, she's playing the fame game perfectly. You can't teach that kind of control. She's turning silence into strategy and backlash into buzz. And if A'ja Wilson doesn't adapt soon, she's gonna keep getting left behind in the noise.